individuals that's ready to do something different with their lives and for their families. And of course, we have an individual tonight that is going to absolutely blow your mind with this information. So let me just give you a brief introduction of who this phenomenal leader is. Of course, he is a founder and of course a director in the iBoomerang business. And if you don't know what that means just yet, what I want you to do is grab a pen and paper and get ready to take some copious notes, because you're going to understand what that means from a business perspective. Not only that, but outside of this industry, you know, he's been in the industry for quite some time. He's definitely a professional in the industry, but outside of the business arena, he's a loving husband. He's a tremendous father, and he's a full-time pastor in the Houston area, Houston, Texas area. So, Mr. Phearse, can you hear me okay?
Absolutely, Mike. I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Phearse, I want to thank you first and foremost for your time. I know you are an extremely busy man, and you know, we don't take it lightly that you're investing some time to show us how we can actually position not only ourselves, but our household to be able to change the dynamic of our family history. So, Mr. Phearse, I'm going to give it over to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to the one and only Mr. Terrell Phearse. Mr. Phearse, please take it away, sir.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you for that warm and very humbling welcome. I'm just sitting here, just a humble man, just sitting here listening at you, just share those things. And I just want to throw it right back at you and say, you're definitely a tremendous husband and father, network marketing professional. And from the moment we met at that lunch, I did know that it was a divine connection, just because we both had the big kingdom mindset to help people. And I'm excited about that. So I just want to say congratulations on getting started here with us in our Boomerang. I just feel like you're going to be sending just shock waves all around. Excuse me, guys. Just a little water. It's Sunday. Did y'all hear him say I'm a full-time pastor? I have 4 services today, 8 a.m., 9:30, 11 o'clock, and a 1:30 service. And my voice is kind of shot on Sunday. But I'm going to do my best job to communicate clearly the vision that is taking place here with our Boomerang. And tonight we're launching Mike Lewis and his wife Jaquel, a phenomenal couple out of the Michigan area who just moved to Houston. We're launching their business. And I believe over the next 90 days, this couple will funnel over 100 ambitious, visionary, hungry, excited individuals into their organization here with iBoomerang. And if you are invited by that couple, you're definitely blessed to be on this call, because they thought of you first before those first 100 are going to be positioned in their organization. So guys, on tonight, I'm going to share briefly with you some information that has completely changed my life and changed my wife's life. And we are excited about what it's doing all over the world. Just shortly, about almost a year to date now, last December, my wife and I was invited over to Mr. Holtenberg's home. If you're on the call, if you haven't muted your line, please press mute. I want to keep a clear line so everyone can hear this information. So we were invited over to Mr. Holtenberg's home December of 2018, and he gathered about 20 to 30 individuals who he said he wanted to pitch one of the biggest business projects of his entire career. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman has been in the profession for over 30 years, have become a multimillionaire and produced multimillionaires. And he shared with us that he's about to launch one of the largest business undertakings of his entire career. And we were going to hear about it first. And he shared with us that a concept of philosophy was birthed in his heart one Christmas when he gave a young lady, a waitress, a $300 tip on a $17 meal. And that was a time when he was not so much wealthy at a time, but he wanted to be able to refresh other people. And when he gave that gift, he said that the feeling that it gave me let me know that it's a boomerang. Whenever you send out goodwill to people, and he shared with us that he's about to launch a concept called iBoomerang over, and it's going to be the largest business project that he has ever did. And me and my wife became founders in this company, and we partnered with individuals like Mike and Jaquel Lewis, and we have just hit the ground running. And tonight you're hearing about this information. So Britt, very shortly, iBoomerang is a technology company. If you were invited on this call and you thought you were going to hear about a travel company, I want to shift your mindset and give you a paradigm shift tonight that you're hearing about a technology company at its early ground floor stages. Travel is just our front door, and we are actually going to be introducing more verticals to our ecosystem over the months to come. You're here to hear that we are not only going to do break up and disrupt the industry of travel, but we're about to disrupt the industry of the ride share market. If you're familiar with Uber and Lyft, we will be launching a company called Vibe Rides in December of 2019. That's less than 60 days away, where we will completely disrupt the rideshare market. And you're hearing about it. This is a private investors call tonight where you can hear about what we're actually about to do. And Uber is an $80 billion company. And that's the type of market that we're actually about to enter into. We're also launching a cellular service called Boom Mobile. Guys, I'm here to tell you this company, iBoomerang, is about to create and do something so special in the industry of network marketing that has never been done before. And you get to hear about it absolutely first here today. We actually just launched the company in Las Vegas, September 2019. We're less than 60 days old. And year to date, from pre-launch to now, we have actually generated over $20 million in business revenue in less than 8 months. That's absolutely incredible. We have actually acquired over 225,000 customers with iBoomerang in less than 8 months, and we are just getting started. And we have actually expanded into over 150 plus countries in less than 8 months. I'm here to tell you the boomerang is booming all over the world. And many people have said, Mike and Jaquel, Terrell, DeAndrea, what is this boom all about? So I'm about to share with you what's all the noise all about. What's this boomerang all about that's happening all around the world? So tonight, go ahead and grab your pen and your paper and get prepared to hear this information. The name of the company is iBoomerang. iBoomerang is the name of the company that you're going to hear about tonight. I'm going to give you a very brief disclaimer. The information that you're going to hear tonight, the results that you can possibly have, the ability to create financial freedom for you and your family, the ability to earn a zero income all the way to a multi-million-dollar income is all based on your own efforts and your ability. And is nothing is going to be based on the company, but it's going to be based on your own efforts. So I want to put that disclaimer out there. So if you're listening in, this one screen simply just says, if it's going to be, it's up to me. It's up to how willing are you to work and to build and to go out and share the iBoomerang opportunity. But this is what we understood. It's time for the network marketing industry to evolve. I've been involved in one network marketing company prior to this, had some great success. And one thing that I realized after stepping away from the industry for about 5 years and going into the full-time ministry as a pastor, one of the main reasons why I did not want to get back involved is because the industry had not evolved. You still had to go to all those meetings. You still had to make all those phone calls. You still had to do all those things that many people feel like they're not qualified to do or don't have sales experience to do. And we understood it was time for the industry to evolve. And one of the things Mr. Bugs has shared a vision is that it's time for this industry to evolve. Everything around us is changing. I'm changing. I'm evolving. I'm not the same person I was yesterday. You're not the same person you were yesterday. Actually, the way we listen to music has evolved. I tell people, think back years back. We started by listening to music on 8 tracks. Then it moved to to cassette tapes. Then it moved to CDs, now MP3s. Now you go to Apple Music. I have an 18-month-old daughter. The way she listens to music is through Hey Google. She actually says that to listen to songs. So if everything in the music industry is changing, everything in our lives are changing, it was time for this industry to evolve. And we actually have evolved the industry of network marketing by bringing a first-class consumer experience. And we're bringing artificial intelligence to the market called the Prib. I want you to write that down. If you're taking notes, that is something you want to remember. The Priv is similar to Alexa for the Android users and Siri for Apple. We are actually right now developing a artificial intelligence like Siri that will begin to work on our behalf to connect with customers, to present to them the things that their behaviors online says that they already enjoy spending their hard-earned money on, their dollars on, and our Priv will actually market to them, share with them the greatest and latest deals so that they can purchase and you can get paid. That's the type of first-class customer experience that we are bringing with iBoomerang. But here it is. The old model says that customers pay more, plus only strong recruiters win. So if you're on this call, I want to set you free. I want to open your mind, because if you actually been involved in the industry of direct sales before and you never recruited more than one person and you was like, can this work for me? But I'm getting on this call to find out. I'm here to tell you, it was pronounced and declared by our visionary CEO that there will be people in this company who don't recruit or sign up one person, but have a 7-figure, that's $1 million income because of the book of assets that they have acquired. And that's just customers giving away free websites where people save money whenever they book travel. And that is revolutionary. We're not making the customers pay more. We actually want them to save more. And that's the old model. And here is our new model. We only make money when our customers save money. I want you to jot that down. We don't earn $1 until our customers save $2. We don't earn $50 until they saved $100. We don't save $1,000 until they save $2,000. That's the new model, where now the customer don't feel like you're upselling me so you can make a profit. You're actually trying to share with them how they can save so you can make a profit. That is the new model. And you're wondering, how are we going to get this done? How are we going to bring this vision to the world? How are we going to actually break the record and become a 1 million customer company by March of 2020? It all starts with travel. Travel is our front door. So like I shared with you, we're about to bust the rideshare industry wide open. We are about to enter into the cellular industry with Boom Mobile. But all of those verticals are actually coming behind our main front door, which is travel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you tonight on this live webinar that there is $8 trillion that is spent in the travel industry every single year. Well, most of you probably are from America who's on the call. Look at the United States. In the United States alone, $2.8 billion is spent every single day on travel. $116 million an hour, $1.9 million a minute, and $32,000 a second is being booked on someone's iPhone, someone's smartphone, someone's tablet, someone's laptop, someone's Mac computer, someone's tablet device. Every single second, $32,000 are being transacted through e-commerce. That means somebody's getting on their phone, they're finding a website, and they're booking some sort of travel, and $32,000 of it is being transacted every day online. The only thing that this opportunity is allowing you and I to do tonight is to put your net in the sky and catch some of that $32,000 that's happening with or without you. So respectfully being said, if this is already tuned you off, $32,000 will be transacted to someone every single second through travel. And guess what, guys? I want to break this information to you. Many of you may have not known. Many of you are researchers. I'm a green personality type. That means I'm a researcher. I do my due diligence. And many of you who've planned trips before, you have probably seen some of these websites that's listed here before you, like bookings.com, Agoda, Priceline, Orbitz, Trivago, Travelocity. And many of you say, you know what, I found the best deal when I was booking that trip last year, because I went from one site to the next site and I didn't rest until I found the best deal. But guess what? You don't know what you don't know. And after you know, you can never unknow. So tonight I'm here to inform you and educate you that all of these travel sites that you and I have jumped on one to the other to find the best deal, they are all owned by two marketing agencies, two marketing firms that are actually monopolizing the industry of travel, called Booking Holdings and Expedia Group. See, places like the JW Marriott, the Hilton Hotel, the Holiday Inn. These are hotel chains. They don't own these websites. These two marketing companies that are not even travel companies own it because they go out there and they do all the commercials, all the radio, all the emails. And guess what? Because they're doing the marketing for those hotels, they actually make a profit. They mark up the prices. But because we now have purchased a tremendous travel agency called Extreme Travel, we allow people on the public market, people who book regular travel, to actually have member-based traveling when they go behind the curtain of all these public aggregator sites. And we do that through Extreme Travel. Extreme Travel is an award-winning, highly decorated, highly celebrated, highly known company in the industry of travel. When you go to places like these cruise lines, like Royal Caribbean, the Carnival Cruise Line, we are actually a highly celebrated, award-winning agency. You can look here, documentation beats conversation every single day. We are documented, and we have won all the major travel awards. These are like the Oscars of travel. And guess what? That should let you and I know that even though iBüümerang is less than a year old, the company that's powering our travel, the 20-year-old giant called Extreme, we are not a startup company. We have over 20 plus years of leadership experience and over 20 years of award-winning travel agency backing behind us. And we're excited about that. So what does Extreme Travel provide us to provide our customers? Your wholesale travel booking platform. Say that with me. If you're interested in becoming a customer, or you're a TSA, a business partner, say, I have my own wholesale travel booking platform. It's called iGo. And I want to paint this picture for you, for those who's listening. iGo will be just as common. It will be just as familiar and a household name as Expedia. You got to catch it. At one point, Expedia was less than a year old and people was unsure about it. Now they jump on there, they put their credit card on there, and they book a hotel, doing it subconsciously. There's going to become a time when the iGo booking platform is just as common, just as familiar as all those other sites that I just showed you on the previous screen. And guess what? The person who referred them to it is going to get paid, like you and I. So guess what? You now have an opportunity to earn yourself up to 70% off of retail prices. And now you actually can refer people with big group trips, girls trips, family reunions, group cruises. You can refer all of that travel to Extreme Travel. So I like to say this: if you can point people who have a need to people who have a solution, and you put them together, you can become wealthier than your wildest imaginations. I want you to become good at connecting people who have a need and people who have a solution. And that's all we're doing. People have a need to travel. People are overworked, underpaid, they're tired, they're depleted, and they want to get away. But guess what? The reality is they don't have a lot of funds to get away. What if you can be the person who can connect people who need a vacation to refresh themselves onto a platform where they can get up to 35% off of the public prices, and they can do that with the iGo platform. Don't believe me? Just watch these screens. Here are some samples. Paris, France. You can with the iGo platform for a weekend in Paris, France, get savings here where you will only pay $130 per night by just getting off of Travelocity and going to the iGo platform. Let's look at New York City on Expedia. This is someone, let's say a friend of yours, a cousin is going to New York. If they go to Expedia, they're going to pay $339 total price. But if you refer them off of Expedia and say, check out my wholesale booking site, they will actually save $161 a night, and they will only pay $178. Absolutely phenomenal savings. Look at this one here. This is one of our best and most highly celebrated features called Weeks. When you become a free customer account holder with iBüümerang, when you become a TSA, a business owner here, you get access to something called Weeks. Weeks is where you actually get up to 7 days in timeshares and resorts at places that are even 5-star resorts where you can actually save tremendous amounts of money. My parents actually just went to Los Cabos, went to the Cabos Azul 5-star resort in Mexico. and they actually paid $640 for 7 days, and they said it felt like paradise. Those are real stories of people who are getting big savings. Car rentals, you see here, rentalcars.com, $392 on rentalcars.com. With iBoomerang, it's $221. That's $171 savings. So some of you may be like, that's not a lot of savings, but for some people, that's the biggest difference between them having dinner and places to go whenever they take this trip. I have so many stories. I have a good friend of mine, best friend of mine, who's out in Greenville, South Carolina. He went to the Pastors and Leadership Conference with Bishop Jakes in Tampa. He actually was able to get an SUV for 5 days for $58. And when he went on a public site, he was actually going to pay $200. The man almost saved $150 to go and have a rental car SUV for 5 days. And he was so excited. He said that savings gave him the best trip while he was at that conference. Here's some more examples. We have people who've saved $900 here, $500 here, $848. Our very own CEO took a trip to the Paradisos Los Cabos, saved $1,500 just by testing it out. And guess what? I implore you, get your own testimony. Here are some of the benefits that we offer here with our Boomerang. We actually, our core, our foundational services is hotels, rental cars, cruises, flights, homes. And hey, I want you to take a note and put a pin right here. We have just updated our booking platform, and we have infused Airbnb-like homes into our platform. Yes, you who listening in on the call, you now have your own business, or potentially, if you see an opportunity for yourself, to have a platform where people who, when they're ready to take a trip and they want to stay in a home, they don't have to go to Airbnb. They can come to you to get a home whenever they're going on their trip. And when they book and save, you get paid. We actually have weeks marketplace where you can bid on places that you want to stay. Timeshare owners can upload their inventory here and auction it off. It's simply amazing what's taking place here. And we also have services like shore excursions, theme parks. Me and my wife are going to San Diego, California for my 35th birthday on next week for 4 nights. And we actually saved over $300 on our booking. Yes, us, real life results, $300 on our bookings. And because of that, we're going to be booking excursions. We're going to be booking some of these activities, like going to the escape room when we go down there, through our very own platform. So we're not going to go on a regular website to the escape room. We go to our platform. We're going to book it there. We're going to save and get rewards credits. And guess what? We are so we have such a big belief that individuals are going to be able to get the best price. We actually put a seal of guarantee on it. If you who's on the call, you're watching and you're wondering, what is this all about? We're here to guarantee you the lowest prices for your travel. That's what it's all about. We offer 110% price match guarantee. So you who's listening, if you see a better deal on Expedia than you do on the iGo platform, you book it with us, you file your ticket, and we will pay you in cash the difference up to 110% of what you found as a better deal. You know, Walmart do things like that. Target do things like that called price match. And guess what? We price match too. So my question to you who's watching, do you boomerang? And I believe from the information I already shared with you, if you are not a boomeranger, at this point, I'm almost certain that you want to answer, yes, I boomerang. So let me tell you what it means when you say, yes, I boomerang. That means now you can share up to 50% of the savings with your family and friends. Guess what? They're doing it already now with the airlines. People who work for the airlines, they actually give buddy passes away because they have perks because of their job. But guess what? Because of you being a business owner as a TSA, you have perks that you can share with family and friends. So why let family and friends pay the full price when you can offer them up to 50% of your available savings? Your customers now, they enjoy 50% of what the savings are available to you. Let me show you what that looks like on a real life example. Let's say that you're on this call and you're planning a girl's trip. I know there's some gentlemen, some fellas on here, but I always hear girls taking trips. So let's say there's some ladies on here, you're planning a girl's trip and you're planning it to the Playa del Carmen right here in Mexico, this 5-star resort. You're a TSA. That means you position yourself with our boomerang, that you will go on your website as a TSA and you will see a savings of up to 70% on this one particular hotel resort. And instead of you just allowing your other girlfriends to go to Expedia, Travelocity, Trivago, Priceline, all these public aggregator sites, you're going to actually give them a boomerang. And they're going to say, thank you so much for giving me a boomerang. Because when I logged into that site you gave me for our girls trip, I got 35% off. Why? Because you only gave her 50% of the available savings because she's a customer. She will never pay for this site. She will never have to pay a dime. It's free for her to keep and free for her to use. And she's only going to save now. She's actually going to get a savings of $1,600. She's going to give you a call and say, instead of me going to Priceline and paying $4,800, I'm actually going to pay I'm only going to pay $3,100, and I saved almost $1,700. iBüümerang, being so generous in his compensation plan, says because you gave out a free site that she didn't have to pay for, she saved $1,600. When $3,300 was available savings, we're going to actually give you 50% of those savings. We're actually going to give you those savings as a cash commission. So that means $849.75 come to you for every one of those girls who's on that trip with you. Let's say you invited 3 girls on that trip. That's $2,500 that you now have earned just by taking a girls trip, just by giving them your website. $2,500 by 3 people actually saving and getting paid you $850 per person. That's incredible, guys. So here it is. Let's talk about how to earn money. So for those of you who've been involved in this profession, those of you who understand leveraging other people's efforts, those of you who understand that it's in business, you need customers, you need to tune in here. Here is an example. This is what we've discovered on a conservative approach. The average customer only takes 1 trip a year. And through iBüümerang, we have done our research to see that the average person will save $600 per trip. So if you have 10 customers, if you can go out there and give 10 people a free website, they're going to earn $6,000. You're going to generate $6,000 in savings. iBüümerang, in his big, generous heart, says, because you generated $6,000 in savings, because you allow 10 people to keep $6,000 in their pockets collectively, we want to pay that back to you in a cash commission. So you're actually going to earn $3,000 extra income a year for having 10 customers who actually take 1 trip a year. But maybe there's some more ambitious people on the call who says, I'm not just trying to put my toe in, I want to run in. There's some people on the call saying, I want to see what a more moderate approach is. Well, what about going out and getting 100 customers? And I know this is easy and not easy. You're able to do this because me and my wife have been able to acquire over 200 customers in less than 8 months. So if we can do that in less than 8 months, surely even if it takes you 2 years to do this, you can actually add an additional $30,000 to your income. Now, I've worked in corporate America for over 8 years after college, and I have been promoted to supervisor and management roles, and I had got an annual review, and at the end of a hard year where I worked my tail off and gave it all to the company, they only gave me a 3% raise, which I know is the average raise that people get when they do their annual reviews. So with a 3% raise, that's nowhere close to a $30,000 raise you give yourself by actually going out and getting 100 customers. But what about the person who says, I want to get aggressive with this opportunity. I don't just want to put my toe in, I want to swim in. And you actually want to go out there and acquire 1,000 customers. Now, what if it takes you 2 to 3 years to give away 1,000 websites? Ladies and gentlemen, there's 340 million people in America. You mean to tell me you can't collectively acquire 1,000 people who want to save on their travel? I know you can. So if they do that, that's going to generate $600,000 in savings in 1 year. That's going to yield a $300,000 income for you and your family. That's over $250,000. But let's look at now for the person who says, I want to be a team builder. I understand that I want to leverage other people's efforts and not just the efforts of my own. What if you and a group of 50 people go out and get 10 customers? You're going to actually now generate 500 customers in your network, and you're going to actually now produce a $20,000 annual income. But what about the person who says, I can build a group bigger than that? I don't want to just do this by myself. I understand leverage. I used to be a real estate agent, and I understood the broker had all of us agents out there doing this same model, and he made a lot of income. So why don't I create this same broker type business structure for my business with iBoomerang and go out and acquire 250 people in your network here with iBoomerang? That's going to yield a 6-figure annual income, $103,000, just by gathering 250 people who can go out and give away 10 websites. But I believe there's some aggressive, ambitious, hungry individuals who are ready to go out and create a financial legacy that they have been dreaming of. And this is what they've been praying for that's on this webinar tonight. You actually build a team of 1,000. What if it take you 2-3 years to do that? This is going to yield you over a $400,000 annual income because your 1,000 went out and got 10 customers, and now you have 10,000 customers in your network. But let's look at this, ladies and gentlemen. How does it happen? We do it through a dual team structure. We understand that it's not just you, but you actually build 2 sales teams, 2 sharing teams. This is not even sales. I'm going to call it 2 sharing teams, one on your left and one on your right. And every time you refer someone to become a travel savings ambassador, we're going to pay you up to $80. $20, $40, or $80 is what you will get every time you refer someone who buys a package here with iBoomerang. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to wrap up. I thank you for your time. Let me share with you how you can get yourself positioned here. The first level is called the standby package. It's $49.95. And I share this little story every time I get to this part. One year I was trying to get to Las Vegas for a big event when I was about 25 years old. I was trying to get out there because they said all the big decisions are made at big events. And I actually did not have the money to buy my own ticket to fly there. And I got a buddy pass, so I had to fly standby. It took me 3 days at the airport. I would spend a day all day going gate to gate to gate, get up and go back the next day, gate to gate to gate, get up and go back the next day, gate to gate to gate. So I finally got a seat because somebody was late. That's almost the same equivalent here while being a standby level, but at least eventually you can get on the plane. See, many of us have big dreams, big goals, financial goals that we're trying to accomplish. And that number that's in your mind, you know what it is. I don't know what it is, but you do. That's your financial destination. iBoomerang is simply an airplane to get you. It's a vehicle to get you to land on that destination. So iBoomerang will allow you to get a standby ticket. You get 1 free customer site. You get 5 boomerangs that you can give out. If you say, hey, I just want to test it out on standby, you can do that. You get 5 customer sites that you can give out to family and friends, coworkers, so they can try it out so that you can get some social proof that this do work. But I believe there's some people on the call tonight who says, I want a ticket. I want to guarantee I have a seat on the plane to my financial goals. So what you're going to actually do is take a look at these 3 ticket levels. It's a coach ticket. It's $250. You get 10 boomerangs where you can give out to family and friends where they can save. And I want to just tell you the name of the game in this business is the person who have the most boomerang customers going to make the most money. And so you actually want to get a ticket that's going to get you the adequate amount of boomerangs for your size goals. You know what those are. And with that level, you actually get hotel savings, flight savings, rental cars. But let's say there's a person who say, I want to go business class. That person will get all the rights of a coach class plus cruises, 25 boomerangs to give out. Now you get 100% of the available savings that your customer will get, and your commission rate goes up. That ticket is $500. But I believe there's some first-class minded people on the call tonight, some individuals who say, I want to get to my financial destination and I want to ride in style. I want a first-class ticket. That ticket is $1,000 for your freedom. And I want you to just think on this. How much is your freedom worth? Is it worth $1,000 to get first class so that now you don't leave any benefits on the table? That's actually going to give you everything that comes with the business and the coach ticket, but now you get the entire array. You get weeks, you get lifestyle, you get all of that, plus you get 50 boomerangs and you get VIP notice for the calls. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure to share this information with you. I want you to thank the person who got you on this private webinar tonight. I'm excited to be launching the business of my brother and sister, Mike and Jaquel Lewis, individuals who I believe by faith is going to do some amazing things. And they thought of you enough to get you on this call. If you saw an opportunity for yourself, if you don't want to be left out on us leveraging an $8 trillion industry like travel and disrupting the travel industry by now allowing people on the public side to get wholesale costs. If you want to be on the front end of a rideshare company like Vibe Rides, that's about to be the third big name in the game behind Uber and Lyft, but we're going to be bringing some customer service strategies, and we're going to be bringing some concepts like being able to select if you want a female or a male rider so your customers can feel more comfortable. If you want to be in position for an opportunity where every time a driver picks up and drops off, you actually will earn income while you're doing what you're doing. While I'm at the church ministering the gospel and doing what Jesus created me to do, I'll be up there earning while people in my network are out there driving people from the Galleria to the airport, wherever they're going. Every time that transaction happens and they drop a person off because they're a part of my referral database of drivers, I'm going to earn an income. If that's the type of opportunity you want to partner with, I implore you to get yourself started. Message the person who invited you to this call. Tell them, I don't just want to get started. I want to get started and I want to launch my business. They can help you to do that. It's been my pleasure to share the information with you. Get back with the person who got you who invited you to this call. They will give you the direct link to their website so that you can join, get your ticket, and you can start to take off to all your goals and dreams. It's been my pleasure to share the information with you. My name is Terrell Phearse, director here in iBüümerang in the Houston market. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you. Take care and God bless. You all have an amazing evening. And I will see you all on the beaches